Dear God, I am sorry for the time I have wasted and the mistakes I have made. Please forgive me and help me learn from my past. Help me understand how to live a better life from now on. Amen. My dear child, he whispered gently, a voice soft as the morning dew yet powerful as a roaring sea. I see your tears, the pain in your heart, and the fear that lurks within. I know the weight of the threats around you and how it grips your spirit. But remember, my child, even in the darkest of times, you are never alone. As you cried, feeling the darkness closing in, you heard the still, comforting voice of God, like a warm embrace. They may scheme against you. They may think their plans are powerful, but they do not know the power of the one who stands by your side. My love is your shield, my promise your anchor, and no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Do not fear those who plot in secret. I see all, I know all, and I hold your future in my hands. Their plans are but shadows in the light of my glory, and my plans for you are filled with life, hope, and peace. I am the author of your days, and I will lead you to safety. So dry your tears, my beloved, for you are under my wings, and nothing shall harm you while I am near. He continued, hold on to me and let your heart find rest. Trust me, for I am with you, and I will protect you. And as his words filled you with peace, you knew that come what may, you were safe in his love. As his words sank deep into your soul, a new strength began to rise within you. A strength that wasn't your own, but a gift from the one who loved you beyond measure. My child, he continued softly, there will be storms in this life, but remember, I am the calm in every storm. Just as I stilled the waters and walked upon the waves, I will guide you safely through. What others may mean for harm, I am more than able to turn into good. Look at the stars, he said. Just as I have named each one and know where they shine, I know you deeply. I knew you before you were formed, and I have already written the beautiful story of your life. No darkness can erase the light I've placed within you, and no plan of man can disrupt the plans I have set forth. Then, as if placing his very hand upon your shoulder, he whispered, be strong, my beloved, for I am with you. Do not let fear or pain dim your light. Rise up, for you are my child, and I am your protector, your refuge, and your fortress. At that moment, your heart felt lighter. The shadows in your mind seemed to lift as his words of love and assurance washed over you like a river. You began to see that while others may seek harm, their intentions could never override the purpose he has for you. As the night wore on, you felt a newfound peace. The threats around you remained, but the fear was gone. With every beat of your heart, you felt his presence more deeply, as if his spirit surrounded you like an unbreakable shield. You knew, beyond any doubt, that you were loved, cherished, and fiercely protected by the one who holds all power and love. In his embrace, you could finally rest, knowing that no matter what may come, he would never let you go. And in the quiet of that moment, a deep assurance took root in your soul. No darkness, no scheme, no force in all creation could ever separate you from his love and protection. As dawn approached, the world outside began to stir, and a gentle light broke through the darkness. You opened your eyes, feeling a new clarity and resolve within your heart. The night's fears seemed distant, like shadows that had vanished with the coming of day. Then, as if his voice was yet again whispering in your heart, God spoke once more. Today, Walk boldly, my child. Do not let fear slow your steps or dim your purpose. I have anointed you to be a light in this world. The same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead is within you, and no enemy can stand against the power that I have placed in you. I want you to remember, he continued, there is a divine strength within you that no power on earth can destroy. When you feel weak, lean on me. When you feel uncertain, remember I am your guide. When you are surrounded, trust in my shield. And when you feel alone, know that my angels stand guard around you day and night. In those words, you felt a surge of courage and peace, as if his very breath were filling your lungs. Every wound of fear and doubt was healing under the warmth of his promises. As you stepped out into the new day, you no longer felt burdened by the threats that had once loomed so large. Instead, you felt empowered, knowing that your life was held in his hands. And though you could not see every twist and turn ahead, you had full confidence that he would make a way for you, parting the waters if necessary and lighting the path forward. Throughout the day, every time worry tried to creep back in, you remembered his words, and a calm filled your heart. Even as challenges arose, you faced them with newfound courage. You felt his presence like a gentle whisper, guiding each step, reminding you that nothing, absolutely nothing, could separate you from his love or his purpose for your life. And as the sun began to set, you lifted your heart in gratitude. The plans of those who wished you harm seemed so small, so powerless, compared to the vast, unshakable love of God. You knew that whatever tomorrow would bring, you were safe, secure, and surrounded by his everlasting arms. As night fell once again, a peace filled your heart that was unlike anything you had known before. It was as though every shadow of fear had dissolved in the light of his promises, and you could feel his presence close beside you, unwavering and eternal. My beloved, he spoke again, this time even softer, as though his voice was wrapped around you like a warm blanket. I want you to know how deeply I care for you. I am not only watching over you from afar. I am within you, walking with you, covering you from every side. Just as I go before you to make a way, I am also behind you, guarding you from every threat you cannot see. His words reached deep into your soul, and you felt tears welling up, not of fear or worry, but of overwhelming gratitude and love. Your faith, your courage, and even the battles you face, they are all known to me. Every moment of suffering, every tear you shed, they are precious to me. And for every wound, every burden, I am here to bring healing, to lift you up, and to turn your pain into strength. My dear child, he continued, let go of the need to control everything around you. You do not need to understand the why behind every struggle or the how behind every victory. Your only task is to trust me, to know that I am always working for your good, even in ways that seem hidden or mysterious. My plans are bigger than you can see, and I am moving in your life, orchestrating a future filled with hope. With each word, your heart grew lighter. It was as if a new hope was taking root within you, a hope not dependent on circumstances or outcomes, but on the simple, profound truth of his presence. You understood now that whatever threats may come, whatever storms may rage, you were not alone. You had never been alone. That night, as you lay down to sleep, a peace like no other filled your soul. The worries, the fears, the threats, they seemed like nothing in the face of his promises. You drifted off, resting fully in the arms of the one who loved you most, confident that come what may, he would be with you every step of the way. And as you dreamed, his words echoed softly in your spirit. Fear not, my child, for I am with you always. As you slept, his presence lingered around you, a shelter and fortress, warding off every fear that had once plagued your heart. Even in the quiet of the night, his voice echoed within you, as though reminding you that you were safe under his watchful eye. In the stillness, he spoke again. My beloved, even when you cannot see what lies ahead, I see it all. I know the end from the beginning, and I am writing a story that weaves every challenge, every victory, and every tear into something beautiful and lasting. Every trial you face is building strength and faith within you that cannot be shaken. Every obstacle becomes an opportunity for you to see my power, and every fear will be replaced with courage rooted in me. As you dreamed, images of your life began to unfold, like pages turning in a book. You saw moments of joy, times of struggle, and seasons of uncertainty. Yet in every scene, there was a constant light, his light, guiding and surrounding you. You saw yourself walking through valleys and standing atop mountains, always with him by your side, steady and sure. My child, you are stronger than you know, he whispered, not because of your own strength, but because I am within you. When you face resistance, remember, it is refining you. When you feel weak, that is when my strength can shine brightest. And when you feel alone, remember that I am always here, closer than your next breath. In your dream, you began to understand that every battle you faced had a purpose. Each moment of fear, each night spent in doubt, was shaping you, molding you into someone resilient and fearless, someone capable of bearing his light even in the darkest of places. And then, as dawn began to break, you felt his presence settle within you in a way you hadn't before, a quiet assurance that you were never alone, that his hand was always upon you. You knew, deep in your soul, that whatever trials might come, you were prepared, for his strength was your own. As you woke with the first light of morning, a deep peace filled your heart. You could feel his love, a love that guarded and guided you, a love that no force on earth could ever take away. With renewed faith, you rose to face the day, confident in the knowledge that the one who holds the universe was holding you always and forever. And as you took your first step into the new day, his words remained with you like a song in your heart. Fear not, for I am with you. You are mine, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. With each step into the day, a profound peace filled you, a peace that didn't rely on circumstances or the shifting nature of life, but was grounded in the unshakable presence of God. You felt as though a heavy weight had been lifted from your heart. The threats, the worries, and the fears were no longer burdensome shadows. Instead, they seemed to shrink in the light of his love and his promises to you. As you went about your day, you found yourself able to face challenges with a new strength, to speak with confidence, and to approach others with kindness, knowing that your peace came from a source unchanging and steadfast. And in moments when doubt tried to creep in, you felt his gentle reminder like a whisper in your spirit. Remember, I am with you. I go before you and prepare the way. You need only trust and walk with me. Hours passed, and you began to see the ripple effect of that peace. The people around you noticed the calm in your voice, the warmth in your smile, and the strength in your actions. Friends and strangers alike were drawn to you, sensing something different. Without a word, you were becoming a vessel of his love, a light in the lives of those around you, simply by carrying his peace. As the evening approached, you found a quiet moment to reflect, grateful for how God had transformed your heart and spirit. You realized that the journey you had walked, the moments of fear, the times of doubt, and the overwhelming threats, had been a refining fire. What once had seemed unbearable had now produced in you a strength and faith that could not be easily shaken. You closed your eyes, lifting a prayer of gratitude. Thank you, Lord, for being my strength when I had none, for carrying me when I couldn't stand on my own. Thank you for every promise and every whisper that reminded me of your unending love. And in the quiet of that moment, you felt his response, a gentle assurance that his work in you was not done, that he would continue to guide and grow you, even through life's greatest trials. I have called you, and I am with you, he whispered. Do not be afraid to step into the unknown, for I am already there. I will strengthen you, I will uphold you, and I will fulfill every promise I have spoken over your life. In that moment, you knew without a doubt that you were his, cherished and chosen. Whatever challenges might come, whatever threats might appear, you could face them with courage and confidence, knowing that God himself was your protector, your guide, and your unfailing source of hope. With a heart filled with joy and a soul anchored in his love, you embraced the journey ahead, ready to walk wherever he would lead you, knowing you were never alone. As night settled in, you felt a quiet calm wash over you, deeper than anything you had known before. The peace within you was no longer fragile or fleeting. It was like a river, strong and steady, flowing from the heart of God himself. His words echoed gently in your spirit, anchoring you with every breath. I am here. I am with you always. In the stillness, you began to sense that he was preparing you for something greater, something beyond the challenges you'd faced so far. You felt his spirit stirring within you, igniting a purpose and calling that went beyond yourself. It was as if the very trials you had endured were preparing you to carry his love and strength to others. My beloved, he whispered again, his voice filling your heart with warmth and courage. I have called you to be a light, to bring hope and comfort to those who feel lost and alone. Just as I have strengthened and guided you, so will you help others to see my love. You are my vessel, my child, and I have placed within you a spirit that cannot be shaken. A spark of excitement began to grow within you as you considered the possibilities. Suddenly, every hardship, every moment of fear and doubt, every night spent in prayer seemed like preparation for a new chapter in your journey. The love and peace God had poured into your life were not just for you. They were gifts meant to be shared with others. Lord, you prayed quietly, use me however you will. I am here, willing and open, ready to walk wherever you lead me. You felt his delight in your surrender, his joy radiating through you as if to say, this is just the beginning, my beloved. I have called you for a purpose that is far greater than you can imagine. Walk with me, and I will reveal it step by step. The days that followed were filled with a new energy and vision. Every interaction, every moment, felt purposeful. You noticed people around you who were struggling, who needed the very peace that God had given you. You began to share your story, your faith, and the hope that had transformed your life. And each time you did, you saw how God's love reached into their hearts, bringing light and comfort. As time went on, you could feel that God's presence in your life was not just a shield and protector, but also a source of boundless compassion and love for others. You became more than a survivor of your struggles. You became a light, a beacon of His love and peace, guiding others to the one who had sustained you. And so, with each day, you continued on this journey, trusting Him more deeply, loving others more fully, and knowing that whatever came, His promise would remain. Fear not, for I am with you. You are mine, and nothing can separate you from my love. In His strength you walked boldly, your heart filled with joy, your soul rooted in peace, and your spirit alive with the purpose He had given you. And as you walked, you realized that your life had become a living testament to His grace, a story of His faithfulness, His protection, and His never-ending love. As you journeyed on, your life unfolded in ways that felt almost miraculous. Each day brought new opportunities to share God's love, to offer encouragement, and to be a light in places that desperately needed hope. You sensed His presence guiding you in every moment, leading you to those who needed the peace He had poured into your heart. People began to seek you out, drawn to the strength and calm that radiated from you. They could feel something different, something unbreakable and steady, and they longed for that same peace. You listened to their stories, their fears, and their struggles. You offered words of comfort, reminding them of a love that is constant and a strength that comes from beyond this world. And as you spoke, you felt the Spirit flow through you, His love reaching out to heal hearts and lift burdens. One evening, as you reflected on all that had happened, you felt God's voice once again, calm and reassuring. My beloved, do you see what I have done through you? The trials you endured, the moments when you leaned on me were all part of a greater purpose. Every tear, every prayer, every victory, As you embraced this calling, a quiet but steady joy began to fill your days. You could see how every part of your journey had prepared you for this moment, the challenges you'd faced, the fears you'd overcome, and the peace you'd discovered were all part of God's intricate design. You saw His hand in everything, from the smallest encounters to the greatest milestones, each step drawing you closer to His purpose. One day, while you were comforting someone burdened with pain and uncertainty, you felt God's voice speaking through you with such clarity. Do not fear, for I am with you. The same love and peace that healed me will heal you too. As you spoke, you could feel the presence of God surrounding you both, bringing comfort and hope in a way that words alone never could. As time went on, the influence of God's love through you spread further than you had imagined. People shared how their lives had changed after speaking with you, how they had begun to experience the same peace and trust in God's care. Even those who were skeptical found their hearts softened by the gentleness and strength they sensed in you. And each time you saw someone's heart begin to open, you felt a renewed sense of awe at the power of God's love working through your life. If you can, please support this channel with a super thanks of $10 or $50. Your support helps us keep sharing these messages and blessings. Thank you for being part of this journey. May God bless you with peace, love, and strength. Type Amen.